Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Also to all our future friends, a welcome. Hello. I hope you're all doing great. And yeah, let's jump right in. Good morning, James. And I asked James because he said that they had some COVID cases. Oh, yeah. No new COVID cases for a few days. Most residents, which is awesome. Most resident staff out of quarantine, or they will be out by the end of the week. So it's hopefully getting more quiet again. Yeah, especially with elderly people. Yeah, that's always bad with any kinds of diseases. So especially when it's spreading, when it's not just one person, but it's spreading through through the whole residential home. That's very dangerous. Mark is here. Good morning. Hello. And Tugger. Hello. Good to see you. And Jaleesa is here. Guten Morgen. Hello. And Dilara. Hello. Good morning. Yeah, I hope you're all doing great and are healthy. Take care of yourselves. It's always a good reminder for all of us to not overdo it and stress out too much. Christian is here. Hello, good morning. I hope you're also feeling better with your cold. Yeah, my son, it's possible that the school might call me because my son had a bit of a stomach ache this morning and I wasn't sure. It's difficult to decide, okay, is it bad enough for him to stay home? Because it sometimes has. I'm sometimes thinking it might be also psychological because Wednesdays he doesn't like the Wednesdays because he has some teachers then that he doesn't like. But maybe it's maybe they will call. So we will see in case I have to stop the stream in between. But let's have a look at the card. We got the Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. Beautiful card from the Spirit Animal Oracle. Yeah. And I thought of, especially for instance, when you feel blocked or like numb or you don't have any ideas, you feel more bored than anything else. Remember that this usually is just a phase and inspiration will come one way or the other. So stay open for inspiration because there's often sudden things coming up, especially when you feel like bored and a bit burned out. I think it's very good to relax and let it be, just do something else. Because usually boredom is quite good for creativity. Your brain will start to come up with some cool ideas. So, and that you're not alone with creating. I think this co-create with Spirit is really cool because how often do we suddenly get really cool ideas? And so that's why I think it's a great card for every writer or creative who feels stuck from time to time. Just fill up your creative well again, I think is a good message here. And be patient. I played around a bit because we talked about it yesterday with Chat GPT, and it's so much fun when you just ask and stuff like that, like fun tools to play around with can also be very inspirational if you need an idea on what to work on next, for instance, or if you want to write something and just don't know where to start, it can be very helpful to, for instance, use an AI tool like ChatGPT, like Daisy said. Yeah, I think Daisy said yesterday that she came here in time for ChatGPT talk. Yeah, you were the one yesterday that gave me this idea. I should have a look again. I've been playing around with it a while ago, but yesterday after the stream, I was like, okay, let me try some things with ChatGPT. And it's really fun. So if you feel like I have no idea how to write the next scene, for instance, why not ask ChatGPT how you could do this, how they would write it. Okay, so let's jump into our warm-up sprint. I will mute it, yes. Enjoy 20 minutes. Okay, you did great, my friends. That was the first sprint. I hope you had a great time. Um, oh yeah, we should find a cool nickname for ChatGPT. Definitely, this would be hell. Is Christian's suggestion? I don't know. Do you really mean hell, or is this a like what's it called? A abbreviation, a shortcut? Hmm. Oh, and I found this interesting. And Hagar said that ChatGPT is a Gemini because it was created mid-June, which makes so much sense. Aren't Gemini people very communicative? For instance, this would make sense. I don't know that much about astrology, but oh yeah, and then Daisy had the idea of doing a human design chart of ChatGPT. I actually have a book on human design on my shelf. I didn't buy it, my husband did. He was once meeting up with a friend who was like, I think he made a human design chart for my husband, and he was like, oh my God, that's totally me. It's so true. And then he bought this book, but I don't think he ever read it. Um, yeah, so I don't know that much. I know that you can go on a website like with Myers-Briggs or something, and then, as you said, Daisy, you need the birthday, time, and place. Yeah, and that's often a problem for me because I only can guess my time of birth approximately because it was never written down. I asked my mom, so I kind of think I know when, but I can never be sure. Mm, yeah. Mm. Dilara got 166 words. Oh, and had a hard time focusing. Oh, yeah. This happens to all of us. Especially for me, it's also, I struggle a bit with focusing on my novel because I have to think a bit more right now. How will I come up with some more clues for my murder mystery that lead the readers astray? But yeah. Hmm. Oh, Jalissa as well, 40. Mind wandered. Yeah, this happens. We cannot focus all the time. So, yeah, what do you guys do on days where the words that come out aren't that good? Do I delete and start over, or do I keep going? I will keep going and not delete. You can come back to the thing later, just keep going and you can rewrite later. That would be my strategy. Daisy also says, keep going. You can't edit a blank page. Exactly. You can always go back and rewrite. See? Kira's here. Hello. You're up early for a change and ready to get some notes in. Awesome. That makes sense, Daisy. Yeah, it just gives you, even when you think the words aren't good enough right now, you have something and it feels better than starting from new. I don't know. Depends, of course. Sometimes people like to start new. But I often like when I just have text and then I can rework it somehow. Okay, so let's jump into sprint number 2. I hope that everyone is feeling a bit more focused. So is this one? Fairy lights timer. Here we go. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was sprint number 2, my friends. How did everybody do? So I was a bit distracted by my husband. We had a little chat, but in the last minutes, I had started to write down clues, suspects, and how do you call it in English? Alibis, and who would have a motive, to kill the person that was killed. And I also thought I should think a bit more about the person that died, that was murdered, because their character kind of will lead to their life that they have lived, will lead to people who might have a motive. And yeah, so I have to dig a bit deeper here. And I already had some great ideas on the background of my murder victim. So, because I think my protagonist, of course, that's what I want in this story, is a big suspect. And until the end, it builds up that you really start to think, okay, she probably did it. She has to accept the fact. But of course, you need some other people who have a motive, because otherwise it will be boring. You will just think, okay, she did it, and you have to kind of investigate her, or that's what she does and a friend of hers does. They investigate, and so they need some clues and maybe red herrings and for other people. And yeah, and the actual murderer, I thought their alibi is a bit too weak. I fear that the reader will too early realize who is the true culprit. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to dig a bit deeper into that and trying to figure out how can I make this a bit better. I was a bit lazy while writing this murder mystery part of my novel. Yeah, and that's why I need to rework this part a bit better, because I think it's not good enough yet. Dilara went to the vet with her dog, so I hope poor doggy will be okay. Oh yeah, and I realized that Anne is streaming today. In March, she has her seasonal writing challenge. So I think this week and next week as well, she will be streaming on Wednesdays. And I always try to then keep my stream a bit shorter, so I will stream for another hour, and then her stream will start. But last week she actually started later, so we'll see what happens. But just in case, it's possible that I only will have one other sprint for us. What else did we talk about? Oh yeah, about astrology, human design, Myers-Briggs, all those things. It's a bit, yeah, Enneagram, all those kind of personality tools you should always probably, how do you say, look at them with a grain of salt, that, yeah, it's not really scientific, and it's just fun to play around with it and maybe discover some parts of yourselves. I don't know. I think when my husband was so intrigued with the human design thing that he bought this book, we also went on the website and put in my dates and our kids' dates and had a quick look. That was quite fun, and some surprising things where we said, yeah, that's actually true. But I mean, doesn't mean that it's correct as a whole. Probably you will always find something that's, I don't know, it's interesting. I definitely, when I looked a bit deeper into astrology with this one book, oh yeah, here, this one, it definitely, when you just not only just look at the sun sign, but also the moon sign and all those more, the planets, and yeah, that was definitely a bit more, I had a a lot of more correlations with myself, you know, where I said yes, yes, and yes. So true. Yeah, but still, I think it's inspiring, kind of, you know. Sometimes we just um, seek some, how you say, support for, like with the Myers-Briggs that I am in INFJ. It just was like really helpful for me to allow myself, for instance, with my writing, to just follow my writing style. You know, I always try to do this outlining and stricter, write like 1,500 words each day and move on just with one novel before you start the next. And I always struggled with that, and I had to fight a lot with myself. And after I realized I am an INFJ, I found the book from Lawrence Sapella on the INFJ writer, and it was so eye-opening for me. It was just like allowing me to just follow the flow, which is a lot better for me because I'm not constantly fighting myself. So it can be helpful to, um, yeah, to be more true to yourself with things in life. When you say, okay, I'm a Gemini, it's okay for a Gemini to do it like that. I don't know. Mm. Oh yeah, Christian reorganized his project files, which is always good on the slow way to a better folder structure. Yeah. Ooh, started a course on Figma to see if it's the right tool for me. It's for creating app website designs online. Yes, I've seen it because I think our friend Nick uses Figma as well. And you can share your ideas with clients, collaborators. Yeah. But I don't really know it. But I've had a quick look once. Daisy's slow this morning, so we all are a bit distracted today. It must be the energy. Hey, Carmen! That's why I can't write mysteries and crime, unfortunately. Why? Because you have to kind of plan out everything. Yeah, that's why I struggle with it too. I just said I'm more intuitive. I'm a discovery writer. I discover my characters in the story. But when you want a murder mystery, you suddenly need to plan some stuff, or you at least have to, yeah, to follow some steps because people expect like the victim, then some red herrings. Otherwise, it will be really boring. Oh, great. I hope I see you all in Insprint later. Yeah, I will definitely be there. Daisy, I think humans have some kind of need to create labels, yes, for themselves and others. And that's why all these personality type systems are booming. Yes, I think so too. It just is like, for instance, for me, it helps me to explain myself, like with this introvert. I'm an introvert, and suddenly I could say, yeah, I'm an introvert. That's why I want to stay home while you go out and party, for instance. I can better explain myself. It gives me some words to express myself. While before it was like, I don't want to come, but what can I say? Yeah, stuff like that. So that's why I like to like Myers-Briggs, for instance. And Mark, I dropped the human design chart system already, just didn't feel it. And it seems so complex. And yeah, yeah. Astrology and personality types, however, I find highly fascinating. Maybe because the descriptions out of those fit for me too well. Yeah, so you also feel like this represents you really good. MBTI, I meant with personality types. Yeah. Daisy, there's a lot of crime infused in my vampire series. Oh, nice. I love that. And that is really getting me out of my comfort zone because I have this eternal belief that I can write mystery or crime. I have the same, belief. I love to read it though. So also thrillers. And what I think I will never be able to write is like comedic stuff. I mean, with murder mysteries, I think, like I said, that you can get there when you plan out some things, or yeah, but it's more strategic, probably, who's the victim, and then you have to hide the murderer and kind of distract the reader. So yeah, probably I think it's possible, but how can you create humor on page, in a way that other people really find it funny? I think I will never be able to do that. Maybe I can use ChatGPT to write some funny texts, I don't know. Political schemes will result in dead bodies, so it was clear from the start. Awesome. Yeah, that sounds really interesting, intriguing. I mean, everything with vampires in it. It's already intriguing. Daisy, I love writing funny scenes, but my books aren't comedies. Yeah, I don't know. I probably think sometimes I have some humor in it, but I'm not. I mean, yeah, I can get my friends to laugh at times, but usually it's because they are shocked I'm saying things like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a good joke teller, for instance, or yeah, I don't know. And I wouldn't even know how to write or to go and start writing comedy. I don't feel a connection there. So what's the time? Yeah, let's do a 40-minute sprint as usual, and then we'll see what happens if N is showing up or not, or how much time we will have left. Maybe we could discovery write around one key point and just keep to the advice of don't tell your reader everything. Make them have to figure it out. Or write for your smartest reader. Yeah, definitely. That's why I have always, for instance, my sister in mind, who is very smart. That's why I thought my murder mystery aspect isn't good enough. She will figure it out immediately. So yeah, that's why I need to do some changes here. Okay, maybe during the next 40 minutes I will have some great ideas. I hope you too. Oh, here we go. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was our 40-minute sprint. How did everybody do? I didn't even leave my desk. I should get up and moving a bit and so make myself a cup of tea next. I had some problems with my computer. I don't know. I wanted to open a file and it said not enough RAM, probably because I'm streaming, but it was just an Excel file, my Excel file for my novel. So let's see about that. So let me have a look at Anne's page. Oh yeah, it's still, there are still some minutes left before she will start streaming, but maybe this is good that she's streaming soon at the top of the hour, because then I can restart my computer and hopefully we'll be able to work on my file, because I want to take some notes there. Oh yeah, and Christian recommended this series, I Am a Creator. I shared the first episode in a link with you. It looks really interesting, really cool. I know ConvertKit. It's a ConvertKit channel. It's a provider for if you want to send out newsletters. That's how I know them. My newsletter, which I don't send out regularly, is I send it with ConvertKit. It's a free tool until I don't know how many subscribers. I think it was 1,000 subscribers to your newsletter, but now it's down to 500 or something. I don't know, but it's still free. And if you want to get started with a newsletter list, I can definitely recommend. They also have some live courses happening from time to time. I know that I got some invitations regularly, and I also watched some of those courses, which are also quite inspiring, how you can build up maybe an online business, or for instance, as a writer, a email list is quite a great tool, you know, to have, yeah, if you want to send out news about your books, for instance. I think via email is still the best way to really target people, you know, like, because, okay, I also have quite a lot of newsletter and delete them from time to time, you know, from people, newsletters from other people, but I think it's still the best way to make people see you, you know, or see your books, in comparison to social media, for instance, because in social media you just vanish within all those other people who also try to get your attention. So it seems like a great way, if you can build a newsletter list, to make sure that you can people make aware of your work, you know, like share with them. But like I said, I'm not very good at sending out newsletters. I have a very small subscribers list to my newsletter, probably because I'm not sending them out regularly. But I also think that, for instance, I used to send out a newsletter like once a week. I think that's probably too much anyways, because people don't have time to read all these newsletters. I only skim newsletters from other people and see, oh, this is interesting, so I will click and read, but often I just save it for later and never get to reading it. So it's really hard to attract people's attention nowadays, I would say, with anything social media, newsletters, yeah, free tools like that. And you don't want to annoy people also. So, oh, I should sub. Oh yeah, to my newsletter. I think the link should be in the description box. I'm very happy when you all subscribe. If I have really good news, like my book is published, I can send it out to you then. I don't know if I will send out a lot of news. Ian said, Anja, you should send out your newsletter again. And so I did 1 or 2 times, I think once. I even got some answers from people like, oh, it's great that, oh yeah, Lauren Zapala even answered me, who I talked about, who wrote the book, The INFJ Writer. She's also subscribed to my newsletter, and she's very supportive and she's great. But yeah, but then it was just too much again for me. I don't know. So yeah, but of course it will always, if you want to, maybe if I, for instance, lose my YouTube channel again or something like that happens, it might be good to be subscribed to my newsletter, because then I can reach you guys and tell you what's going on. So, okay, I think I will end my stream for today. I hope Anne, usually she comes to my stream before that and says hi. So I hope she's up and will start her stream on time. I will definitely be there and jump over to her channel. Oh yeah, let me share the link again. And I will, the good thing is when Anne's streaming, I can make my breakfast on the side and also, yeah, have a bit more free time. I hope it's okay for you. And yeah, but I will be back tomorrow with my usual streaming time with 4 sprints, not just 3. And I hope you all have a great rest of the day, rest of the night. And yeah, I wish you all great inspiration, great ideas for your writing. See you soon. Bye bye.